Hey, what's going on, guys? Jordan here. Just got off the phone with someone. Basically, I'm setting up a new payroll for my business. Typically I've just outsourced people, in countries all over the world, and just pay on a per project basis. But the business is growing enough now that I'm actually going to hire permanent employees who are local and do the regular stuff like that instead of outsourced hourly stuff. So I was looking for a service to basically handle this because I've never gone down this road before as a business owner. I've always either done stuff myself or just hired people on one-off project basis. So there's a lot of other moving parts here. There's tax I've got to take off the paychecks and then remit that to the government monthly. And if you don't, there's huge fines, if you're late or you miscalculate or something. So just everything from administering it on a monthly basis to get everyone paid out and everything tracked properly, all that stuff, which is why I've kind of avoided it in the past. But anyways, we're ready to move forward on that now. So I had this call with a company who handles that, who I'm going to outsource this to. And man, talk about irresistible offer. So he basically gave me some info. He asked me some questions about where I'm at and what I need, and then he ran down what the company does, and basically it's everything. So he said, here's what we can handle. You just tell us how many hours the person worked or what their salary is, and we will handle the pay stubs. We'll set up an online client portal for them or employee portal for them and for you so that you can track reports on everyone's pay and vacation pay and hours and taxes and all that. We will calculate the taxes and other government stuff, and we will send that in on your behalf. Basically, what else? Oh, we're gonna assign a team of people to your account so that if you ever happen to fire people or bring on more people, or if there's any transitions or anything, any loss change, like this team of people is gonna work directly with you to assist you in all of that. It's essentially very hands-off. Basically, it's completely done for you. And the best part is they take away all the risks. So they say there's a liability protection. So if I ever get audited by the government, they're gonna handle it 100%. And if the government fines me for any payroll mistakes, the company itself is gonna pay for those fines. So, he's telling me all this. I'm like, geez, that's great, that's amazing. In my head, I'm thinking it's gonna cost so much, right? Well, he's waiving the setup fee for me, so it's free to get set up. The cost is $180 plus $7 per employee. So it's like, less than $200 for a couple employees to get payroll every month. Man, that's like nothing. It's an absolute no-brainer. Everything done for me, completely off my plate and no risk. I wanted to share this with you guys because, in my world, I always try to make my online courses the offer irresistible too. That's why I don't just offer the course videos. I try to offer like bonus downloads and guides and written components and community access, things like that. Like basically things to make it seem so much more valuable than the actual price. And that's key. It's not just an online business, it's really any business. You want to basically make the values far outweigh the price that you're actually charging. So I want you to try to bring this back into your studio or your services as a producer and engineer. How can you make your offer more resistible? What can you bundle in? Maybe it's something like adding in mastering, and maybe you increase your rates a little bit on the back end, but then you say, I'm gonna handle everything from pre-production to recording, to editing, to mixing, and I'll even send it to one of the best mastering engineers in the industry and handle all of that for you. Something like that. I know some studios have accommodations, so that's a pretty big thing. I never had that. I know a lot of you guys might not either. But if you've got options for bands who are coming out of town to stay somewhere, especially at a reduced cost, that's also making your offer more attractive. Trying to think of what else you can do, just providing things that they need at the studio, whether it's strings or drum heads, stuff like that. And of course you got to make sure it makes sense with the numbers, to make sure you're not going to lose money on this stuff. But I'm guessing that, I'm not going to give you the answers, but I'm guessing that you can think of a few ways that you can make your service and your offer that you're providing to bands and artists a little bit more irresistible. You can sweeten the deal a little bit, and oftentimes you can add things that really don't require that much time or effort additionally on your part, but have a very, very high perceived value. So I'm gonna leave that with you guys. I just wanted to share that because I got off this call. I'm pretty stoked about the service that I'm gonna get with this payroll solution, and I thought it was a really good example of just an absolute no-brainer offer. So think about it, how it applies to your business. try to notice this in your day-to-day life too, when you're a prospective client of other businesses and services, and see, you know, which ones you end up choosing and why. And chances are it's because they've made their deal a lot more irresistible. And let me tell you, I would have paid probably 3 times what that guy quoted me for this service. Yeah, just something to think about. If you can raise the value that you're delivering, you can also raise your price and make it seem just absolutely like a no-brainer, just totally irresistible. And it doesn't have to be a low price to do that, by the way. It doesn't have to be a low price or the lowest price. It just has to have a high perceived value. It has to hit the things that those people absolutely want. And, you know, in my case, as a business owner who doesn't want to spend more time administering a payroll and setting up all that crap and risking, you know, getting fined on tax because I don't know it, it's an absolute no-brainer. So something to think about. All right, take care, guys. Hey, quick side note that I wanted to add just after I pressed stop on that last video. If you're not sure about what else to include in your irresistible offer, start asking your prospects, your clients. And from now on, anytime someone asks for a quote and you give it to them and they say no problem, just curious, why not? Now, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say it's because of the money. But 9 times out of 10, that's not true. That's just the surface answer. You can try to dig a little bit deeper. Usually there's some other fear or, you know, some other factor attached to that. When you start hearing those reasons of why people are saying no, like, then you start to find out what their objections are to you or to your service or what you're offering or whatever, and why they think the price is too high. Not just to say they can't afford it, but, you know, that's usually not true. Most people, they have the money or they could get it, it's just they're not seeing the value. So start asking questions. Why are they not buying from you? Why are they not becoming your client? And then based on those objections, that's how you start adding more products and services to your offer, to your business, to make it irresistible. All right, that was just a little add-on I thought would make this post extra useful. All right, take care, guys.